I just got back from Mexico and I have so much to tell you about tutoring from an international location. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a video showing you exactly what I was packing to tutor from the road. So now I'm back and I want to tell you exactly what happened on the trip, all from the delayed flight, the Wi-Fi that wouldn't work, and why I do it all again tomorrow. Because the freedom to take your business with you when you travel, it's real. It just takes a little planning, and that's why I'm here to help. I'm Daisy Luce. I help others build a flexible, profitable online tutoring business with the freedom to work from anywhere, anytime, just like me. Welcome to the Tutor Life, friend. One of the biggest perks of online tutoring is freedom. Freedom to set your own schedule, freedom to work from home or from a hotel room or coffee shop, or yes, an all-inclusive resort in Mexico. That's one of the things that drew me into online tutoring. And now, after 20 plus years of tutoring in person and now exclusively online, it's one of the things I value most. The freedom is real. I tutor from Mexico. It worked. I earned income while I was on vacation. That's a thing that actually happened, and it can happen for you too. But, and this is why I'm making this video, freedom doesn't mean winging it. Travel tutoring takes a little preparation, not a lot, not anything complicated, just some awareness of what to expect so you're not caught off guard. And so you know how to make this happen and work for you if this is something that you're trying to take your business towards. So let's get into it. If you saw my last video, you know I keep my travel setup really simple. For this trip, all I brought was my iPad and Apple Pencil. This is what I tutor on when I'm on the road. I share my screen on Zoom and use either the Zoom whiteboard or a PDF I've downloaded ahead of time. And I use my AirPods for audio and my iPhone, which turned out to be the real MVP of this trip, I use for backup, which is a good thing. I had a backup plan. That's it. No laptop, no extra monitor, no bulky equipment or anything else. Everything fits into my carry-on. And this is one of the things I love about online tutoring. You don't need a complicated setup to do professional level work. All right, so day one, our flight was delayed. I don't even remember how long, but long enough that by the time we landed, got through the airport, got to the shuttle, which also was delayed, got to the resort, checked in, and got to our room, I had 10 minutes before my first session was supposed to start. Now, I wasn't panicking completely yet. I had my iPad, I had the resort Wi-Fi password. I figured I'd just set up quickly and log on. I've done this plenty of times. It's no big deal. That's what I kept telling myself, at least. I connected to the Wi-Fi. Signal was strong. It looked great. I opened Zoom and nothing. It wouldn't connect. I tried again, same thing. I tried for my phone while it was on Wi-Fi, nothing. I could not get onto Zoom. So I double checked the Wi-Fi overall browsing capabilities and I could pull up a web page, I could check my email, and I realized it was just Zoom that wasn't loading. And later I'd also realized that I couldn't really stream shows either. So it seemed like the resort had some kind of cap on streaming and video calls, which I didn't read about online from other people who had visited anywhere. But of course, I wasn't able to find any other like online tutoring reviews about this either. So this is why I'm here. I need to get down and tell you all the ins and outs about traveling so you're ready for it. So Zoom did not work on the Wi-Fi. It was really disappointing, but I'm now down to 5 minutes before my session starts with my student. I turned off all the Wi-Fi. I reconnected to the cell service through my phone, which I usually have a hotspot that I also can run to my iPad. I was in such a flustered state. I was not able to even get my hotspot going before I had to connect. So I just connected to Zoom through my phone. I did a handheld video conference call with my student and I pointed my camera at my iPad so that they could see whenever I needed to share a screen with them. It was not the smoothest tutoring session I've ever held before, but it worked. For the rest of my sessions, tutoring sessions while I was there on vacation, I did find my hotspot. I did use that. I connected my cell phone to my iPad, and then I was able to do Zoom through my iPad and just easily share the screen as I had been hoping to do. My Verizon service in Mexico was solid. The signal was strong enough for Zoom every time I needed it. The video was clear, the audio was fine. But there was one other issue I ran into that I want to share with you, something I had not even thought about. There was a daily data limit on my international plan that I didn't even realize. So after about two Zoom sessions per day or in a day, I was really close to my cap for that day. It resets every 24 hours, so then you can start over fresh. But if you run out, they will give you a chance to buy more data if needed, which is really good to know. And that was a pretty seamless process too, because there was one point where I was tutoring later in the day and I had used up all my data for that day, but Verizon sends you a real simple text and just says, "Hey, just respond to this text for $5 more. We'll give you all the double the data again for you." It was plenty. $5, not a big deal. But again, things I was having to learn as I was trying to work at the same time. So those things were a little stressful. It definitely would be easier next time for me now that I know all of this. I think I would plan better with my cell phone and make sure I had a more robust international plan before I even left the States, and I would be more aware of how much data I could use on a daily, every day. So, and I don't know how to figure out ahead of time about the Wi-Fi at a certain resort like I tried to this time. I thought I had read everything possible about it, and there were other people who said it worked just fine for them, even on Zoom calls, not like tutoring, but obviously people are doing business there. I don't know if it was just the week that I was there or what, but it's something I would definitely keep in mind moving forward when traveling. The good news, I was on vacation. I had intentionally kept my schedule light, about two sessions a day. So the data limit wasn't really a problem. It just meant I needed to be thoughtful about it. And honestly, two sessions a day in the morning and then the rest of the day at the pool, that's a pretty great way to work. I don't think I mentioned, but the reason I was choosing to work while on this trip is this was spring break for my kids, but it's not spring break for everyone. So while a lot of students that I tutor were on spring break this week and gave me a chance to lower my tutoring load, there were plenty of students that I have from other places in the country, not close to where I work or where I live, and students in college or students preparing for the SAT or ACT who weren't able to take a week off or would prefer not to. And so that's why I decided to continue to work this week. I don't work every single time I go on vacation, but giving me the flexibility so that I can take trips whenever I want to with my family and not miss a beat with work is a great benefit. It's really, really fun and great to have this kind of freedom in your business and in your life. So here's what my days actually look like. After that first day adventure, I'd wake up, have breakfast, tutor in the morning from my hotel room, usually one or two sessions. Then I closed my iPad and I was done. Pool, beach, lunch, whatever I wanted for the rest of the day. I did work from my room, which was quiet and private. I set up my iPad on the desk, connected to my phone's hotspot, as I already said, put in my AirPods. And honestly, it felt like a normal tutoring day, just with a much better view out the window looking at the ocean. So here's what I want you to sit with for a second. I was on vacation in Mexico and I was still earning income, not because I was grinding or hustling or sacrificing my trip, but because I had built a business that travels with me. 2 hours of work in the morning and the rest of the day was mine. I love it. I would do that anytime. just a regular Tuesday. That's what an online tutoring business can look like when you set it up the right way. I'm not going to pretend though it's all glamorous. You're not tutoring from the beach with your toes in the sand. You're in a hotel room doing your work, but then you close your iPad and you walk out to the pool, and that's the freedom. You do the work, you earn the income, you pay for the vacation, and you get to be wherever you want to be while you do it. The key is keeping your schedule realistic. I didn't try to work a full day from Mexico. I planned ahead. Like I said, communicated with my students, only kept the students on my schedule that were a top priority and who needed it, and I kept it manageable, easy peasy. All right. So if I could go back and give myself advice before this trip, here's what I would say. Number one, don't tutor the day you're traveling. I don't know why I even thought that that was a good idea, but build in a time buffer on travel days or just take that whole day off. So you don't have to worry about flight delays or any transportation delays or anything else like that. You can get acclimated to where you are. Just give yourself more room to the traveling day. Number two, never rely on hotel or resort Wi Fi for Zoom. Period. I'm going to use my international cell phone plan, lean heavier on that if Wi Fi ends up working great, but I'm just going to make sure I have both options always. Number three, know your data limits before you start working. Unlike myself, who hadn't even really thought about that, definitely something you should check ahead of time, and I will from now on. Number four, keep your travel schedule light so you can enjoy your days between work and vacation time. And number five, work from your room. I know it sounds obvious, but I did see a couple people trying to work from the lobby, and I don't know how they were doing it. It was loud. A lot of these places, I mean, obviously you're in big crowds, but the floors where where I was, there echoed a lot. There was one place on the resort that was like a business convention center, and I was hoping I'd be able to find like a quieter place over there with really good Wi-Fi that maybe Zoom worked from and find a cool little space there. But when I went in, it seemed to be more of for big meetings. Otherwise, it was shut down more. It wasn't like just for come and go, like a business room for people while they were there. It was really truly a huge conference center for big conferences. So not exactly what I was looking for, but my room worked great. My room had a desk, you can see from the pictures. I was right by the window. It really worked fine. So once you've done it once, it gets even easier. I have a few more trips coming up this summer. I will be sure to tell you all about as I go through it, but you better believe I'll be working again from the road. Nothing's going to stop me from traveling when I have the chance to do it. I love to travel. When I first started tutoring, I was meeting students at kitchen tables and coffee shops, and I drove all over town. I loved the work with my students, but my schedule really was contained by geography and traffic. If I wanted to take a vacation, I had to cancel everything. No work meant no income, and there was absolutely no way I could have taken a week in Mexico and kept my business running. Like that just wasn't even a thing, right? But now it is. And now we have so much opportunity in front of us to make our tutoring businesses or to make your new tutoring business exactly what you want it to be. You're the boss. You call the shots. You can create anything you want, like I have. It's not because I have some complicated tech setup or because I'm doing something fancy. It's because I built a simple online tutoring business with the right tools and the right systems. iPad, Zoom, a scheduling system, and students who are used to meeting online. That's it. I want you to imagine this for yourself for a second. You book a trip wherever you want to go, you pack your iPad and your iPhone, you tutor a couple sessions in the morning from your hotel room, and then you spend the rest of the day exploring, vacationing, doing whatever you want. You're earning income, you're paying for the trip, your students are getting great sessions, and you're living your life. That's not some far off dream. That's what I just did. And that's what this business can give you. Were there bumps? Yes. But the bumps are small and the freedom is big. So if you're on the fence about building an online tutoring business, or if you already have a tutoring business and are looking for more freedom, I'm telling you, don't wait. Build it. Build it now. All right. That's my honest report from tutoring in Mexico. Overall, obviously, totally worth it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'm sure I will do it again in the future. And if you're watching this thinking, I want to be able to do that, you can. This is not a complicated business to build. It takes some intentional steps, but the freedom you get on the other side is worth every one of them. If you haven't seen my video about what I packed to tutor from the road, I'll link it below. It'll show you exactly what you need to get started with travel tutoring. And if you're wanting to build a flexible, profitable online tutoring business like me, go ahead and subscribe. I put out new videos every week with all types of tutoring tips and advice on how to make this business work. So join me here. Thanks for watching and happy tutoring, friend.